Hey YouTube, it's PJ, what's up? It's time for another video, but wait, first, I've gotta go to work. So, I'm gonna check back in with you guys later, but stick around for an update on what's going on, and a special message sometime during this video. So, I'll see you guys in a little bit. Stay tuned. Okay guys, I'm back. It's about 12 hours later. I had to work this morning. And for those of you who've been watching a while, you know that I'm a intern for a special needs ministry here in Chattanooga. Lifeline, or what was that? Lifeline. So what we do is we help families navigate the special ed system. So if you have a disability and you're going to like elementary school through high school, you have special programs that you're eligible for, and the ministry I work for work for, even though I don't get paid, I still put in enough work to where I probably could, but that's the thing about working for a non-profit. It's not always in the budget. So, but I don't do what I do for the money. I do it because I love doing it, and that's what I want to do the rest of my life, is help people like me realize that just because they have a disability, that doesn't mean you can't live a full, meaningful life. And that's something that, even though I know that, I still struggle with it. So that's one of those things that is a choice that we make every day, to either let the disability beat us or not, or we we make the decision every day when we wake up, sometimes multiple times a day, to either let the disability beat us or fight back, and we're the ones beating the disability. So any chance I get, it makes me feel awesome to get to spend the day, or part of the day, or whatever I get to do, equipping others and letting others know that God has a plan for them no matter what their situation is. So, and something that is really special about this time of year for me at work is I started volunteering, and eventually got promoted, I guess you could say, to intern for this ministry the November of my senior year. So this year will be my 5th year, and the cool thing about when my work anniversary happens is, if I worked my first event, and that event happens every year, so I know when that event rolls around that I've worked a full another full year with the ministry. So it's coming up in about 3 weeks. So I'm really excited. This year especially because I made there. I was slouching. Sorry about that. That was bothering me. But I made a huge life decision about 2 weeks ago. So, a bunch of you guys know that I'm in college. I'm about 2 years from being done with my degree. I'll graduate with a bachelor's of science. Um, so in ministry leadership, but the way Moody Distance Learning, for those of you who don't know, I'm a Moody Bible Institute student up in Chicago through through their distance learning program. So the way the degrees are set up is the distance learning degrees are 5 years. So you don't break your neck trying to get it done because most of the distance learning students are returning students who already have full-time jobs and or families they're trying to support at the same time. So Moody does it this really cool way where we don't have to spend a whole bunch of time trying to get X amount of classes in each year just to make sure we graduate. If um, that scenario I mentioned is the case. So, anyway, another cool thing that Moody does with the distance learning programs, and I'm pretty sure with the on campus programs as well, is you get your overall degree, but then you can specialize in certain areas for the degree. For instance, the ministry leadership concentrations when I started were general ministry leadership, which just heightens the overview of the overarching degree that you're studying, so you can get a firm foundation if you don't know what you want to do, but you still know you want to go into ministry. There you go. The other option was one of the other options was pastoral ministry, which kind of gives you all the preregs for seminary, and the other was women's ministry, which focuses on stuff to deal with possible domestic violence ministries and stuff like that. Well, I knew I didn't feel called to stand in the pulpit every Sunday. If you knew me in person, you probably be a little shocked by that, but people who really know me know I'm more get my hands dirty kind of guy when it comes to ministry and stuff like that. So, and I knew I wasn't gonna touch women's ministry because it would be a little weird for obvious reasons to possibly work for a battered women's ministry or something like that. So I chose general ministry leadership because I thought, okay, it's gonna be the easiest thing to translate into disability ministry. Fast forward to now, I took the first 8 weeks of the semester off just to clear my head from all that craziness of last semester. If you want to go watch the video about that, it's up on the channel. So, but about 2 weeks ago, I started school, back to school Tuesday. So I'm in my first week back, at school. Let's see, I got done in May and it's October. So let's just call it June, July, August, September. So I'm back to school for the first time in about 4 months. So about 2 weeks ago, I go to register for classes. The plan was to retake the classes I failed first. I wanted to get those out of the way and prove to myself that I could do it. But I just, for whatever reason, I know what it is now, but then, for whatever reason, I clicked on my degree just to double check something. I think the thought process was to double check my hours so I could double check the hours required so I could add the hours I had to it to see how many hours I had left. But that's neither here nor there. But I click on my degree, and it drops down into the concentrations. They added disability ministry as a degree concentration. So within about 5 seconds of reading that, I had already made the decision. I need to call, or I need to email school and see what I need to do, or even if I can transfer my focus or my concentration. So I emailed them. That was on a Tuesday. Wednesday morning, I get an email back from my advisor, and he tells me that it's really easy. All you gotta do is fill out this paperwork. And it was one sheet of paper. I could do it on my computer. It was what degree you were in, how long you've been in the degree, your projected graduation date, the degree you wanted to transfer, or concentration you wanted to transfer to, and the reason why. So I gave them and then I needed, after I filled it out, I didn't need to email it back to my advisor. He's like, email it straight to academic records because they make the final call. So I was actually sitting in a coffee shop with my mom, doing, she was doing some things. So I decided just to go with her and take my computer. I was teaching Bible study that night. I needed to focus on that. So I figured, get away, work on that a little bit, tighten it up. So I emailed them, filled the paperwork out, sent it to academic records, gave them the reason I wanted to switch, and within an hour of sending that to them, I get an email saying, your request has been processed. Then I look down at the further in the email because it's not telling me, all it says in that first line is your request has been processed. It's not telling me your request has been approved or denied. So I scroll down and it says, go check your new requirements. Registration is now available. all that college stuff. So I checked my new requirements. The hours I already took transfer over. Some classes I was going to have to take, I don't have to take anymore. The core classes for the concentration I was in transferred to my elective spots. So even though I changed my major essentially, uh, I'm pretty much right where I was at the end of last year, even with failing and having to retake those classes. Because so much of what I had already taken and already passed transfers over. So, to that end, it has been a very interesting couple weeks. Um, in my life. Things are getting really busy for me because, as you guys know, I get to do a recruitment event for the other ministry I volunteer with slash intern with Johnny and Friends. I get to do a volunteer recruitment event for them in November as well. And that's actually in about 2 weeks. So, on top of school and on top of all the life decisions I made and continue to make, things are getting ramped up. Luckily, I have friends coming in that weekend to help me with the event and basically keep my head on straight and keep me from pulling a Jack Sparrow in Pirates of the Caribbean and dropping my brain and not knowing where it is. So, but on top of that, another event has popped up in March, and this one is really close to my heart because it's something I've been praying for and hoping for a very long time. The church I currently go to, and am currently seeking membership, in or from, is very supportive of all the ministry things I do. They commission me every summer before I leave, even though it may only be for a week. They're like, we're going to be praying for you. What do you need? But I have been praying for a very long time, since I knew this is where God wanted me to be, that if he would open the doors, I would be able to help redefine their, or maybe not, maybe redefining is the wrong word, but open their eyes to the possibilities of what, disability could be in relation to the church, whether that's me serving in any capacity I can, which I do. I serve with children's ministry. As you guys know, I work security for the homeschool program that meets there 2 days a week. I teach Bible study at least once a year. I basically live there some weeks. So, but that's awesome. That's given given the church staff and other church members a whole new outlook on what disability is and what having a disability means. So, over the last year, and really since I got back from camp, I had been dropping hints that, hey, I need to get Friends, I need to get my co-workers from Johnny and Friends in Knoxville here to meet you guys and see if something can happen. Well, my boss, for the person who's basically my supervisor when I volunteer with Johnny and Friends was actually here a couple weeks ago for something. So she came to see me because I was at church. We were going to talk about uh, the event I have coming up in 2 weeks. Um, she was going to help me just brainstorm about how I could do this in the time limit that I had. So, but that visit spiraled into something completely different, and I'm really glad it did. I was able to introduce her to a couple members of our pastoral staff, um, and those one in particular, one I'm really close to, one I'm working with very closely on all the stuff I do, was really uh, he knew how important um, this ministry was whatever, however you want to look at it. Um, he knows how important Johnny and Friends is to me, and how much disability ministry in general means to me. So he's like, I think this would be an awesome opportunity for our church to continue to grow, and just let our families, um, our church families, know that this is a avenue that they can go down, we can go down as a church, and we want to maybe host an event to get Johnny and Friends here and let people know what's what's available. And if we do, um, you get to help us plan, you get to help us run um, the event, and any subsequent things that we do. So about a week later, he told me the proposal that he presented to the rest of the church, the rest of the pastoral staff, got approved, and that we could move forward and maybe get a date for an event where my friends from Knoxville could come down and show them what we do. Um, so that part of it has happened. So we've set the date for March 11th. So if you feel so inclined, uh, I would ask that you would pray for me and pray for my church as we go down this path, and pray for me that I don't screw this opportunity up, because it's uh, an opportunity to get me one step closer to my goal of working for Johnny and Friends full time. And this has really lifted me up. That, and between my school decisions, I'm in a really good place right now. I probably feel the best mentally and physically that I've felt in a very long time. I'm working out again. I've got my drive back. That fire stoked within me. And there's a couple of you guys who I know are subscribed to the channel who have really helped along with that. So thank you. You know who you are. And before I get out of here, I want to uh, give a very special shout out to one of those people. But before that happens, I'm gonna change over and get out of this polo because I've been in it all day. So hang tight with me for just a second and I will be right back. Okay guys, I'm back. And it is time for that very special shout out that I mentioned a second ago. Now, you may be asking, why in the world did he need to change to just give a shout out? Well, that's um that's got a couple reasons and answers. One is exactly the reason I told you. That polo gets very uncomfortable after you wear it for as long as I wore it today. So, but the other is, like I mentioned a minute ago, there are several people who follow this channel, um, and outside of this channel, who tell me, regardless of what I'm going through, what I've done, what I've said, what I've not said, um, that I can do anything I can set my mind to. Some of those are obviously family. My family is one of, if, I'm not even gonna say, if, uh, it is, the most important thing to me outside of my relationship with God. They are my driving force. They are my, they push me to be better. Um, they push me to do great things and go outside my comfort zone. So, but there are more people just like that are not family. Um, some of them are friends and coaches and things like that. But there's another special group that does that, and that's fellow YouTubers. Uh, People just like me who all of a sudden one day decided, hey, I'm gonna share a piece of my life with the world. Don't know who's gonna see it, but we all want to affect someone's life, your life, in any way possible. Um, Hopefully it's for the good. I strive for it to be to God's glory and to the good. But there are two people in particular who have done that for me over the last year, probably. And I've mentioned them on the channel before. If you've been around at least the last 6 months, you've seen this shirt before. And it's my shirt for a channel I watch that I subscribe to called Got Love. It's a married couple, Kyle and McKenna Got. They're travel vloggers. They've gone all over the world. Uh, they travel. They find things to do in certain places. Now, part of the reason they started doing that was because of Kyle's job. Kyle was in the Air Force. Um, Today, he got out after 6 years of standing in the line, ready to defend this country. So, I could do these videos for you guys, and so you could watch the videos without fear of what people might say, what people might do. Um, that that is something very special to me, because I am a military brat. Regardless of what my relationship is with my dad, I will always be a military brat. That will always be part of me. That will always be a very special part of me, and I will always stand if they are in the right. I will always stand with um, our men and women in uniform because they are part of my family and they will always be part of my family. So, Kyle, thank you for standing in the line, ready to go at a moment's notice. Um, Thank you for just being there and encouraging me, whether it's on Twitter, whether it's on a video, comment on a video. So, congrats, dude. Enjoy civilian life. Kyle and McKenna are getting ready to leave on a 6-month road trip from Vegas all the way down the East Coast, I believe is what they're planning. So guys, enjoy spending time together. Um, if you guys ever, not just on this road trip, but ever make it through Tennessee, you know how to get a hold of me. Let's get something going. Get a collab video. That sounds weird to say. But have fun, guys. Congrats, Kyle. Uh, Continue to aim high because, as I'm sure people have told you over the last couple weeks, uh, once in the Air Force, always in the Air Force, whether or not you're wearing the uniform. You served, so be proud of it. Because there are people that are proud of you, regardless of whether they're people who make fun of you or talk down to you for serving your country. There are people who care and are thankful. So always remember that, and just enjoy life, enjoy following your dream, because you're one of the reasons that I'm still doing this, because you told me, regardless of whether it's straight shot, edited video, you're doing something and you're affecting people's lives in a good way. So, thanks. And one more thing before I get off of here, you guys are, if you've watched for a while, if this is your first time watching a video, you picked a really good time to watch a video because, as I mentioned, I've got some really exciting things getting ready to happen and getting ready to, and just happening now. But if you've been watching for a while, you've probably noticed by now there's something a little bit different with this video. I started in one shot in my work clothes. Then I went to another shot and I said I filmed that first shot about 12 hours ago. And now I'm in a completely different shirt, and it's one seamless video. So, if anybody knows anything about YouTube, that means that it's an edited video. The first official channel video to be edited, I finally found editing software. I needed it for something for one of my side projects that I'm working, but I decided to go ahead and buy it so I could make my videos better, make the content better for you guys, and maybe even uh, start cranking out more videos because I can uh, shoot separate videos and then edit them into one video. So, if you want to know what I'm using, comment down below and I'll let you guys know. Um, like always, hit the like button if you're not already subscribed to the channel. And like I said, like I've started saying, disability never sleeps. So till the job gets done, neither will I. And I will see you guys next time. Hey YouTube, it's PJ. What's up? It's time for another video. But wait, first, I've gotta go to work. So, I'm gonna check back in with you guys later. But stick around for an update on what's going on and a special message sometime during this video. So, I'll see you guys in a little bit. Stay tuned.